So before we rush out on any intervention drive, we need to ask ourselves whether these three principles are met. Does the person realize and recognize the difficulty they are in or the need that they have? And do they want to get out of it or a remedy? Secondly, do they believe that you have the capability to help them and the capacity to help them? And finally, are they ready to play their own part in the plan? Many times I do receive, and I think you also, people coming to you to ask you for this help or that help, or for this mentorship or that, or to help them kick a habit, could be a drug habit or whatever, and we're rushing in our enthusiasm to render assistance. But it's important to check that intervention against three principles. The first principle is the person that wants to be helped, does he recognize that he has this need or this problem and he wants a remedy? Does he recognize that? Because sometimes people are happy in their state and we're just disturbing them. The second question is, does he believe that you have the capacity and the capability to help him? If he doesn't believe that you have the capacity and the capability to help him, then he might not trust your assistance. He might be polite, but you are not going to get far with that intervention unless he believes that you are the one to help me. I mean, if I'm a gynecologist and someone is about to deliver, needs that kind of help, they know that this is the guy that has the capability and the capacity to help me. Maybe not necessarily the GP. And if the GP is trying to perform the gynecology function, I might look at them with a bit of distrust, and therefore my cooperation will show that distrust. The third principle is whether the person is ready to play their part in the plan. So if I'm a drug addict and I want help, so the first principle is met. Secondly, I believe that you have the capacity and the capability maybe to help me with a rehab center. But I'm not ready to play my part in the sense that even in the rehab center, I have made some friends among the guards who keep smuggling drugs to me. Then that intervention will come to naught because I'm not ready to bring that sacrifice that is required as my part in the plan. So before we rush out on any intervention drive, we need to ask ourselves whether these three principles are met. Does the person realize and recognize the difficulty they are in or the need that they have, and do they want to get out of it or a remedy? Secondly, do they believe that you have the capability to help them and the capacity to help them? And finally, are they ready to play their own part in the plan? If all these things check, then you have a much stronger chance of success in that intervention.